Andrew Papachristos is a professor of sociology at Northwestern University. He just completed a survey on community violence intervention workers and the conditions they face when responding to gun violence in Chicago. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
We've done a number of interviews on these interventionists over the years here on this show, but you still don't hear much about them. How prevalent are they, and do we have measurements on how successful they are?
Those are great questions. I think as we've seen in this country, a big turn to looking for strategies for gun violence intervention that look at community-based interventions, and the street outreach workers are one of the core programs that we've been looking towards. You know, we actually don't know a lot about their profession, even though this has been going on for a long time. So, you know, our survey was really an attempt to try to understand everything we could about this growing and significant workforce in Chicago. There are about 230 or so full-time outreach workers in Chicago. And really our survey looked at the work conditions that they face as frontline responders. And they're exposed to extremely high levels of violence on the job. 60% have seen someone shot in front of them and shot and hit. And about 20% themselves have been shot at while trying to do this life-saving work themselves.
Do police embrace these workers being there? Sometimes you would think maybe they're like, get out of the way, we need to handle this. It's a, you know, it's a police incident. Are they effective? Do police work with them?
Robin, that is a really good question. It's a really complicated question. I think what we've seen in Chicago, especially over the last 5 years or so, has increasingly seen what spaces these outreach workers occupy, which the police cannot, right? So these are our community members working in their communities. In our survey, some 80 response were actually at a scene before a traditional first responder, whereas traditional police approaches are really about investigations and following up. So rarely are police, you know, except of course in these occasions that these tragedies that we hear about arriving while there's an active shooter or something going on. But in fact, outreach workers are in the middle of it. They're in the thick of it. They're in the networks. They're from the neighborhood. And so they have a very different lane, as it were. But we are seeing, you know, these things are developing over time as that field continues to professionalize as well.
I know you've studied crime for a long time. Do you have any thoughts on Chicago police, their strategy, their numbers, something that needs to change? Or to ask the question a different way, do these interventionists feel that the police strategy should be different or they should have more officers?
Well, I think the real thing that we're trying to understand on the ground is that there's a lot of moving parts involved in gun violence, and the role for police, especially in investigating and responding to a shooting in fair and just and transparent way, is something that's desperately needed. We need them to find suspects. We need them to make sure they can help, you know, deal with that end of it. Whereas the violence interventionists are really the front end, the front line, right? They're on the ground before disputes spill over, right? And that's not necessarily something that law enforcement can or should do, right? This is something that happens. Most disputes are resolved in communities, by the way, right? Most calls don't make it to the police. Most things happen there. And these violence interventionists are right in that front line, right in that middle level, which is crucial. And we haven't supported really in the history of the city.
All right, Andrew Papachristos from Northwestern University. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks for having me.
It is now